Okay. Howdy. I wrote a book. It's a collection of short stories that I think is pretty fun. You know, some horror, some humor, a bit of surrealism. But as you can see, I had to go through the process of creating some cover art for it, so that is where our journey begins. Now, it wasn't too difficult of a process. I just went to a craft store, bought some guy's head.
They got the
Head.
Hello, everybody! We got
Head.
Nobody seemed to care.
Once I got him home, I removed his boring normal eyes and then slowly, carefully opened his third eye. Yes. Then, after that, he moved to Hawaii to live out his life as a spiritual healer, and 1 year later he sent me a postcard which had this picture, which I then used as the cover of my book. But for real, having that head around is a bit of a problem. I have to make sure to turn it around because if I don't, at night, it will scare me. Regardless, it was a very long process, and, you know, I'm very happy with the work that we did ultimately. I don't know if it'll be the best book you've ever read, but, you know, maybe it's the best book I've ever written. Maybe. Come find out. But here's some footage of us celebrating the book release. Take a selfie with me and the boys. Oh, man. If I can. There's no way
I
it's
think if
gonna...
you turn down your brightness on your screen, that should help.
Oh yeah, that's way better. Me and the fellows. First off, congratulations to me. I did it.
My name is also on Amazon, so I'm fucking pumped.
Publish one book on Amazon
I
already.
also like that it was
Zach will be receiving
in
some of
3
the bucks.
days.
This is a paid job.
No, he doesn't get any.
He'll get a few.
It's
He'll
not
like
allowed.
$5. But beyond that, I have bad news about the audiobook. It's definitely not going to release at the same time as the book. It's going to be quite delayed, in fact. And then when it's all done, no guarantee that it'll actually pass all their bullshit checks. It's like, they have a lot of bullshit checks for the audiobook.
right. Like it could be cool to release an audiobook version later on. I mean,
Yeah. Well, honestly, if I go through all this and I submit it and they're like, this audio is unusable, you have to re-record it, I'm just not gonna do that. And you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm moving on. I don't want to. I fucking hate this. The botnet in the Matrix. I'm in there, and consumers will consume it. They will be shoveled the slop by the algorithm and forced to eat what I've created.
yeah, this is sweet, man.
That brings us to our current issue. I thought it would be fun to do an audiobook alongside the physical and ebook to have, you know, my voice narrating my own stories and doing funny little voices for the characters. Turns out it is extremely difficult, at least for me, and I'm stupid, you have to remember, but I've had a lot of trouble making this audiobook. The first problem was the noise floor. Right? You have to have a certain level of background noise. Not too little, not too much, just the right amount. And there's just too much anywhere I tried to record. So ultimately I came to this solution of making this little makeshift kind of recording studio underneath my desk where I could reduce all of the outside sounds. So that was my old rig that I was recording the audiobook with, and it really wasn't going super well. Editing takes a long time, and recording couldn't be done for very long because I was cramped underneath there, and if anyone made a sound anywhere nearby, it was ruined. If a car drove by, if my neighbor turned on their AC, it was just over. I had to wait. So it was a very lengthy and terrible process. Far, far, far too late in the game, I decided to upgrade my rig to something a bit more professional. I used a few of the easels that we're going to use as props for the movie to prop up the blanket, and create this new, much easier to record in, much more comfortable, and again, professional studio. And here is where I've been recording the audiobook since, and I'm still kind of working on it right now, to be honest with you. In addition, this new setup comes with a new problem, because if I'm not careful, at night it will scare me. You fuck. In addition, there are certain voices that I do for characters, like when I do a super deep voice or something, that weren't recorded quite loud enough. So now when I'm going back through and editing, I'm kind of finding that I may or may not be able to use those takes for the audiobook to pass all their inspections and checks and whatnot. So I feel like I'm really walking on eggshells there, and I need to be very careful with how I record, how loud I am, and how I edit it to make sure that I get the right balance of clarity and volume, so on and so forth, so I don't end up sounding too quiet or like a robot or what have you. So this is what I kind of would look like recording the audiobook, and I say kind of because when I actually record the audiobook, it's very hot and sweaty, and so I do not wear clothing. And you cannot show that on YouTube yet. And that brings us to where we are now. I'm still working on the audiobook. I'm hoping to have it done soon, but there's a million projects going on right now, so fucking sue me. But my plan is I'm going to finish it and tidy it up as best I can, send it out, and if they accept it, cool. If they reject it, I'm not going to keep messing with it. I'm just going to upload it somewhere else, do something else with it. I'll make it available somehow. It will be released eventually. It's just we have yet to find out how it will be released. Or when, really. But, you know, this is just a little status update. So, in the end, ultimately, in conclusion, at the end of the day, all things considered, here we are now. Gonna keep working on the audiobook. The physical book and the ebook are coming out on the 30th. Check them out if you want. If you don't, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's just a fun collection of short stories that I thought I'd put out to the world because, you know, why not? Share the fun. Share the fun. Share the fun. Share the fun. Hey guys, me from the future coming to you with the shitty built-in microphone on my camera. I just got the book and wow, it's incredible. Whoever wrote this thing, very smart guy. I know it doesn't look very big, but you know, I am a gargantuan man, and it's 5 by 8 inches. 5 inches has never looked very big on me. The story of my life. Anyway, back to you. And we're also working on that ghost hunting series that I talked about a few episodes back. So, more things to come, for sure. And definitely more variety of content, I'm hoping, in the future. I'm just trying to make it clear that pretty much anything can show up on this channel, and I'm not going to police it at all. So I'm also not responsible for anything that shows up on this channel. I'm saying that right now. I am not responsible. This is not my problem. However, the views, the clicks, the subscribers, the likes, those are all mine. I earned those. However, again, not my problem. All right. See you next time, chumps.